Morning, everyone. Welcome to the new year. Total Fitness Yoga. So today, I want you to have your mat, your block and a strap. Since we haven't done anything, I'm sure, in 2 weeks, we're going to work on hip flexors, hips, and maybe a little lower back and core. So we're going to start in a standing position. I want your toes together, your heels about 1 inch apart. And let those arms just softly hang at your side. Just shake out your shoulders. Yeah, just give that body a good shake. And remember that for the next few minutes, I want you to just bring your mind and your spirit, your body into this room, onto this mat. This mat's only 24 by 68. That's as far as we're gonna go. We're outside this mat, we're not even gonna think about it. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, tuck your chin to your chest, and let your head grow heavy. And just breathe. Bring that breath in through the nose, down to the very bottom of the lungs. And remember, I want you to focus on breathing up the back of your body and down the front. So just take a few moments and just settle in. Those shoulders just drift away from your ears. Shoulder blades gliding down your spine. Knees are soft, not locked. And if you open your eyes just very quickly, wiggle those toes. We haven't done this in a while. Let's lift those toes up and then lay them back down on the mat, little toe to big toe. Rock to the inside, rock to the outside. Massage those feet. They deserve it. And then let's lift the crown of your head to the sky. Lengthen that spine. Inhale, arms to the sky. Bring hands down through heart center. We're going to start with a little side stretch. A little different this morning. So let's start by taking that right arm straight up into the sky. And this left arm, I want you to reach around, grab a hold of that side. I want you to feel that muscle. And then reach up again and feel that muscle stretch. And then take it over to the side. Use that breath. Notice on that exhalation, the movement. Lifting out of those hips, lengthening this entire side. I want you to lengthen out of this hip. Start to feel those muscles stretch. If we've been sitting a lot, this is a good way to just lift out of those sitting down muscles and just let them stretch out. Inhale, exhale that arm down. Left arm goes straight up. Take a hold of that left side. Feel those muscles. I want you to just feel the muscles. You don't have to hang on tight. Just feel the muscles as they stretch. Lift up again. Take a deep breath and take it to the right. Find that one side's tighter than the other, perfectly normal. Take that arm down. Now take both arms up. Intertwine those fingers, take them straight up to the sky. And here's where we really have to protect our lower back when we take our arms up like this. So squeeze those gluteal muscles to protect that lower back. Take a deep breath, lift up, and back to the right we go. Let that breath go. Inhale, exhale up. Let's lift up again. And now to the left. My body is telling me it needs to be stretched. How about you? Come back to center. Inhale. We're going to bring those arms now down to shoulder height with our palms facing the sky. And then draw those arms back and stretch across the top of that chest. Let that heart center shine. Chest expansion. Take a deep breath. And then turn those hands and float them down to your tailbone. Intertwine them behind you. Roll those shoulder blades back and take them up. Chest expansion again. Except this time we're getting a little stretch down those arms. And then gently release. Take them out and shake them out. Let's just roll those shoulders. And make sure you go the other way. Back to front, front to back. And then take those shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze and just release. Shake out your head. All right, you should actually feel some warmth happening in the shoulders and in the neck and the upper back as the blood goes racing up to those muscles. All right, let's soften at the knees, hinge at the hips, and roll our spines down. Let those arms just dangle in front of you. Shake out your body again. We just need to get this body back in working order. Shake it out. And then deepen your knees and come to rest on fingertips with cup palms. Let go of that head. Shake it out. Your rib cage should be resting on your thighs. Take a deep breath. Press those ribs into those thighs. Feel that stretch through that lower back. Breathe into it. Now we're going to start to stretch the back of the legs in 5 breaths. First breath, just lifting those hips ever so slightly. And then bring them back down. Deepen those knees. Inhale again, lifting the knees a little higher. Lifting the hips a little higher, I'm sorry. Exhale down. And again, inhale up. Exhale down. 4th time, inhale up. Exhale down. And one more time. Inhale up. Let's see if we can straighten those legs here. If you can't stand, fingertips with cup palms, bring your hands to your shins. Press your upper body weight against those shins and come up into a flat back. And start to look forward, adding that stretch from sternum to chin. Keep those abdominals tucked in. Take a deep breath. Go back into that forward fold. All right, let's go down on the mat onto our hands and knees. Still warming up that body, getting it ready to do a little work. Spread those hands wide. Knees should be hip width apart. Let's go up into a cat back stretch. Press that back up. You're on flat. Today we're going to be on the tops of our feet. So we're just really concentrating in that midsection, that upper body. Taking that breath into that back. Then take a deep inhalation, drop into cow pose, and all you're doing here is tilting that pelvis, letting that navel drop toward the ground. You feel that stretch happening in that lower back. Then press up through your arms and look forward. Adding that stretch, sternum to chin. Go back into your neutral spine. Let's work these 2 pulses with the breath. Begin here in neutral, inhale. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. And inhale, cow. Sit back over those lower legs into your first child pose and start to feel the stretch up through the thigh, up across the knee. I'm going to rest those ribs again on those thighs. Just kind of settle into it. Drop onto your forearms. If you can get your forehead to the mat, that's great. Otherwise, stack your fists and just rest here. This is really a good stretch through the thighs, across the knees, and you're going to feel it in the lower back. Take some breaths. Now see if you can drop onto flat hands stacked. As you sink deeper into your child pose, reach your hands out. Walk your fingers away. Now feel that stretch down your sides and see if you can rest the tip of your nose and your forehead on the mat. Keep walking those fingers if you can, get in a good stretch. Come on up. Let's turn around, go down on our back, bring your block and your strap. We're going to start to get those hips back in order. So we're going to start by bringing our knees to our chest. Again, another stretch through the lower back. And then keeping that left thigh tucked in and out towards your left shoulder, straighten this right leg down on the mat. I can already feel a stretch through that hip flexor. It needs it. Just hold. Then holding that left thigh out toward that left shoulder, take this right arm overhead and stretch down that right side again. Flex that right foot. Anchor that entire right side onto the ground. Switch sides. Bring that right leg in, take it out towards your right shoulder. Extend the left leg out long. Flex the foot. Left arm goes overhead. And stretch it out. Feels good to stretch, doesn't it? Been a long time. Bring those legs back. Keep those knees out towards your shoulders. Open them up. And you're going to go back and put this right leg back down on the ground. This time gently with your left hand on the inside of your left knee. Just let the knee drop open. My knee's dropping open. I am not forcing it with my left hand. This right arm's going to go out to the side, anchoring my right shoulder. Open up that hip. Deep breathing required here. Then gently bring this leg back to center. I'm going to take my right hip, tuck it under my left. Right arm goes back, my left arm goes back out to the side. And my right hand gently on top, outside of my left knee, draws it over. Here comes that stretch across my lower back, across the top of that pelvis. Just breathe. Just let your breath do the work here. You don't have to do anything. Each exhalation, you will feel its stretch. Come back to center. Bring your knees to your chest. Do a rock side to side. I want you to notice the difference between the left lower back and the right. The left side might be a little flatter right now. And release that left leg back down. Left arm goes out to the side to anchor that left shoulder, and let this right leg drop. Noticing the difference again between one side and the other. Bring this leg gently back to center. Tuck left hip under right. Right arm goes out to the side, grounding that right shoulder. And now gently draw this right leg over the left hip. Come back to center, knees to chest. Rock side to side again. How's it feeling now? Pretty flat across the top of that pelvis? I hope so. All right, let's do a little release of those hips. Get your block. Place your feet together on the mat and place that block the long way between your knees. We're going to ground our spine into the earth by placing and pressing those upper arms down so that spine, that upper body stays stable. And now we're going to rock those legs side to side 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're almost there. 9. And last one, 10. Now take that block and turn it the narrow way and place it back between your thighs. Press into it. Keep pressing into it. Stabilize that upper body and rock. 10 times. 1, 2. You're not going to go as far. 3. You may feel it even more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, just set that block aside. Get your strap. We're going to take this strap, wrap it around from the back to the front of those thighs. Keep those feet together, knees bent, and we're going to pull those legs together tightly. Don't worry about stabilizing every body in this one. And we're going to rock again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you breathing? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. All right, just lay that strap down. You're going to need it. Let your palms face the sky, arms down in a downward V. We're going to press up into our bridge pose. Have that block close by. You'll need it in just a moment. Squeeze those glutes to lift those hips, pressing those knees toward each other as if you had an imaginary ball between them that you couldn't let drop. And now we're going to rock our head. 1, 2. This is for the cervical vertebrae. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, lift up. Take that block, and let's use the lowest level. Slide it under, resting your pelvis on it. And now bring those knees to your chest and take those legs up into the air. This should feel tremendously good. Just take some deep breaths. Let that blood come down those legs, up through the body, and up into that head. Now, here comes a really intense hip flexor stretch. Bend those knees, bring those feet back down to the mat. You can do one at a time. Take your right leg out, rest on your heel. Take your left leg out, rest on your heel, and feel that stretch down that hip flexor. Tuck your shoulder blades under you. Breathe into the bottom of those lungs. If you want more of a stretch here, you can lift up and take the block to the next level and slide it under you. Very slowly, take those legs out again. More intense. Make sure that your weight's on your shoulders, not your head and neck. And then bring those feet back to the mat. Lift up, remove the block, and now slowly roll that spine down. That tailbone coming last. Take your legs out long, point your toes, take your arms overhead, and stretch it out. All right. Set your strap aside. We're going to roll over onto our side. Come up back onto our hands and knees for a little more hip flexor stretching. So start by taking right foot forward. And you see the ankle from my knee out to my foot? There's a reason for that, because now I'm going to take this left hip flexor into a stretch by bringing that knee directly over that ankle. Now, you'll see that I'm on a wood floor. If it's too hard on your knee, maybe you're on carpet, it's not so bad, you can double up your mat. The first thing we're going to do is just take this left arm up into the sky and stretch. Inhale, exhale it down. Bring your hands to the mat. Tuck your left toes under and come up into a full lunge. You can stay here, or if you feel like you've got some balance, and my secret here is I kind of turn this right toe in a little bit so it's at an angle, and I can bring my hands to my thigh and come up into a lunge. Try and get that spine straight, crown of the head reaching toward the sky. This is a balance thing too. Bring those hands back down to the mat. gently drop that left knee and bring this right leg back. Sit into a child pose, and I'm going to sit into a wide leg child pose just to stretch out. Come back up. We've got to do the other side. So now bring this left foot forward. Draw that knee over the ankle. Come into that stretch on the right side. Right arm to the sky. You can choose to look up if you'd like. Add that stretch from sternum to chin. Bring the hand down. Let's place both hands on the mat. Tuck, and I'm going to turn my foot. Tuck my right toes under. Come up into my full lunge. Keep that knee over the ankle. Come up. As we get into this, we can start to add things to this full lunge. But just getting your balance and feeling that stretch down that right hip flexor, I think is enough for today. Bring it down. Bring that leg back. Wide leg child pose. Sit back. This time, take your arms to your sides and let your shoulders drop. All right, we're gonna go back down on our backs. This time, bring your strap with you. Knees to chest. Place that left foot on the mat. Strap around the right. Let that left leg go out long, anchoring it onto the mat. Take a deep breath and draw those toes toward the top of your head. You're going to feel a pretty good stretch down that hamstring. You just close your eyes, just focus on your breath here. Let that breath do all the work for you. And then place both straps into your right hand. Left arm goes out to the side, anchoring that shoulder, and drop this leg out. If your left side is totally grounded onto the mat, you don't want this right leg to drop to the ground. It should stay off the ground. And then gently, with the breath, draw the toes toward the top, towards your right ear. Pretty intense stretch through the inner thigh. It opens up that hip more. Come back to center. Take this grasp into your left hand this time. Right arm goes out, anchoring the right shoulder. And we're going to gently draw this. You're going to roll. You'll be able to roll onto that left hip a little bit. And then gently draw these toes toward your left ear. You should feel the stretch now down the outside of this right leg, through the IT band. If you've been doing a lot of walking like I have, I can certainly feel it. Come back. Do one more nice stretch, toes to the top of your head. Should be really stretched out. And then bring that left foot to the ground, and we're going to change legs. Strap around the left foot more toward the heel than the ball of your foot, and lengthen out that right leg, grounding that right side. Take a deep breath and draw your toes, left toes toward the top of your head. Use that breath. Place both straps into your left hand, right arm out to the side, and drop that leg out. Opening up that hip, stretching through the inner thigh. Bring that leg back to center, switch hands. Left arm goes out. Let's roll gently onto that right thigh. My left side, I feel it so much more than my right. Breathe. Come back to center. Take a deep breath, draw those toes back toward the top of your head. See how much more you stretch yourself out. Bring that right foot back to the mat, release, and set that strap aside. All right, knees to chest, rock side to side. We're going to end today with a little release of the spinal cord. So I want you to take those legs out long. Arms to your sides, palms facing the sky. And you're going to kind of dig your heels into the mat and start to just flick those toes. Get that spine going up and down and up and down. Just like you're just releasing it. You can just feel it. Look at that head bobbing with it. Letting go, just giving that central nervous system a nice little massage. Take a deep breath. Let's come to a standstill. Take a deep breath. And just let those feet flop open. And just rest. Now gently bring your knees back to your chest. Go ahead and roll onto your right side and gently press your body up. Thank you for joining me today. Working on those hips, those hip flexors, that lower body, midsection. Getting ourselves loosened up and ready for that new year. Join me again next Tuesday and we'll work on another part of the body. So, namaste. My spirit honors yours. Have a wonderful week. Stay healthy.